This is a Lagoon 42. It's the most popular boat in the Lagoon range, so a very interesting one to have a look at. It's up for sale with Ancaster, and I'm going to give you a full tour. And actually, I have just given you a full tour a second ago and realised I had this on time lapse, so that didn't work very well. I might add it to the end, so if you want to see a really, really fast tour, just stay to the end. But we'll do it again properly, and we'll head on just here. Now the thing with these lagoons is all about easy living, so it's dead easy to step on. You've got this little overhang at the end of the bathing platform there and the ladder, but actually when you take these two shallow steps up, you find that you're into completely single level living throughout the whole boat, and that works really well. So you've got this area at the back of the boat. It's a very nice comfortable area for relaxing, for dining. They put a little sun trap up there as well. It's a great place to relax. And another one over here. There's storage underneath these as well, of course. And then at the back of the boat, it's just a couple of steps down and you're into the water. This stainless steel apparatus here, incidentally, is a cradle for a tender, so you can lift a tender up and against the back of the boat. And then this hard top is giving plenty of shade. I think what we're going to do is take a tour around the outside of the boat first, and I'll take you inside, but we're going to cover all areas, of course. Up here is the helm station, and they've positioned it so you're quite well protected by this bulkhead. But the other nice thing about it is that when you're manoeuvring the boat, you are literally just a step or two away from the side, and you're out and able to help with lines and fenders and all that kind of thing. So I think that works well. The other interesting thing is where they position the throttles, because when you're manoeuvring in marinas, you tend to just leave the wheel amidships and do everything on the engines. And there's a step here you can step up onto, you can reach the throttles, but crucially, you can see every corner of the boat. Same at the back, there and there, and that makes manoeuvring really easy. This has got the optional hard top, that's this fella up here, and all this then is standard. But I think that's quite a useful thing to have. And we'll head right up onto the top and have a look at the rig. So we can come out here, you get a real impression of the size of this boat when you come out here, because it's such a big area out across here. This has got the single line slab reefing, and then that just hauls up. There's actually an electric winch to pull that one up, you can see it. That one over there is an electric winch, and in fact that cradle I showed you for the tender has a line long enough to reach that, so if you have a heavy tender you can pull that up with that. And also the foresail can be pulled up with that, but it does have roller furling, so you can just furl this one out and use it, and it's self-tacking. You can see that across here, so that when you tack you just change direction, it sorts itself out. But it also has a code 0 Jenica, that's the line just in front of it that banner is flying off of. So it means that in very light winds you can add a lot more power. That's a very useful sail. Anyway, let's head on back. We'll take a turn around the rest of the decks and then we're going to have a look inside. So we're back down these steps, past the helm, and this brings us out onto the side decks. Really wide side decks, so very easy stroll around this boat. This I like as well. There's no metal rails along here. What there is a moulding that you put your hand into. I don't know how you can see that, but it means that you've got that rail wherever you need it to grab it, but without it being a big metal rail on top. I think it's rather slick. Up here on the front, I like these little seats in the corners, they're great. And this is just a massive storage void for deck gear. You can see actually if you have a look inside there just how big that is. There's two of those, one each side. But that's not all, because just here is the anchor chain locker, masses of chain in there, and more storage. But there's two of these, so if we drop that back down, there's another one over here, and you can in fact fit a generator into this one if you want. So if you want to walk power away from the marina, you can have it. But it's a really useful space. Again, you know, inflatable paddle boards or folding bikes, that kind of thing. Brilliant. Another neat idea is this central solid rail that goes forward. Quite often on catamarans the anchor is back here, which is fine, but if you snag something with it and bring it up and you want to clear it, it's very, very difficult to get at. By putting it right on the front, you can walk down here, bring the anchor up, and you can actually physically reach it. So that's quite a practical solution. And this is the furling gear for the foresail. And a very tall rig. Very nice. Let's go around a bit further. Again, that's a storage void for all your deck gear. Another little seat on the front. We're in Hamble at the minute, which is very busy on this beautiful day. I love to see people out on their boats. That's great. Look how big this is when you stand here. It's dramatic, isn't it? Let's walk back down this side. Again, like I said on the other side, it's such an easy walk. You don't feel like you're creeping on side decks, you're just strolling about, and it makes the whole boat so usable. Back down here, and this is back to what I was saying about the single level living, because this huge deck area here and then the main deck in there are all connected. The doors open really wide and it just feels like one big area. And there's the interior. So what we've got here, there's seating, of course, as you can see right around the table. This all has storage under it, so again, very practical, plenty of room for everything. There's a little chart area on this side, and of course you can put a display in here if you want to for your chart plotter or whatever. And then over here is the galley. Now on this one we've got the gas oven, we've also got the gas hob, but it's got a microwave as well. That'll run off the shore power. If you had the generator, of course, it would run off of the generator as well, but when you're in the marina that would power that. And I think some people also put inverters on the batteries and use them that way. There's lots of storage in here in places like this. There's a bin underneath there, all very practical. And then over here, that's the fridge, which is standard, but you have an option of a fridge out here as well. So if you want a bit of extra fridge storage, you've got it just there. And also you can have this one up here as either a fridge or a freezer. So what's popular is to have that as a freezer, that as a fridge, and an optional fridge there, and then you're really well catered for cold storage. Now this boat's available in either a 3-cabin or a 4-cabin layout. This is a 3-cabin, so if we head down here, there are 2 cabins down here, both en suite. And if we head to the front, first of all, this is the smallest cabin, but it's still a really good size. There's a doorway here, so you can close this off, of course. And then plenty of storage, like that. That's a hanging locker on the left. And more shelving here. Love these big windows. Really great view out. And then you've got a little opening porthole up there. There's a hatch up above. All these hatches, incidentally, have got blinds that pull across and mosquito nets. So that is cabin 3, and that is the ensuite for cabin 3. There is a shower in here. This pulls out like so, so you can shower if you want to, and there's a drain in the floor. But if we head on back, we'll find another cabin. This one's a little bit larger. Again, you've got that door for privacy, and then you're into here. It's a bit wider back here. The hull is a little bit wider, so you can get around the bed, which is a nice feature. Again, these fantastic windows. And I particularly like the fact that you can look right out of the back of the boat as well. Like that. That's nice. Storage in here is on this side. So if we move that, put the light on, it'd help. Storage just there. Hanging locker and so forth. But there's also an ensuite, and it is a little larger, so it has an actual separate shower stall. That's particularly nice. So that's your heads. You go on through, there's a clear door there, you can close that off, and you've got a proper shower. Very good. Okay, let's head on back out of here, and I'll show you the other hull, because as a 3-cabin layout, this one has got the entire hull on this side for the owner. It's fantastic. So we're down these steps. Very practical flooring on this one, no carpets. In fact, I said to the guy who showed me to take my shoes off, he said, no, don't bother, it's fine. And it's part of the ethos of this sort of boat. So if we head on back, that is very nice indeed, isn't it? Really good. And again, loads of ventilation. That opens, that opens, that opens. You can get plenty of air in around here. Big windows again. Lovely view out. And that neat little back window, like so. That's a great cabin. Now there are a couple of options here. This one's been optioned with this for storage. So spending a long time on the boat, this is great because there's loads of storage down here. Drawers and areas like this. However, if you prefer, you can have a settee there and just make this a really nice private little leisure area. More storage on this side. And that there, in case you're wondering, is the door. So it slides like that. So if you want a bit of privacy, you've got it. Now at the other end of this cabin, more storage again, more storage, just tons of storage. But look at this for an ensuite. How nice is that? And this has its proper separate shower stall down the end. That's very nice indeed, isn't it? Let's go right in and look back. That, as an owner, I think you'd feel justifiably spoiled. Very nice. Sink here, of course, again, tons of storage as you'd expect, and the loo is on this side, and there's a window there. There is a blind that pulls across, and again, all of these have got privacy blinds. Excellent, really good. Very nice indeed. You can be very comfortable in there for a very long time. That's awesome. Okay, let's head on back out from here. The only thing I haven't shown you, I think, is the engines. So we'll head right back. She's twin engines, of course, there's one in each hull. And if we come back, which side should we do? We'll do this side. And we'll release these catches. Like so. Hopefully we won't lose that match. Oh, no, we're okay. There we go. Yamaha engine. These are 57 horsepower each. Actually a pretty decent engine room there. You can actually get in and around those. Batteries are in there, battery switches are in there. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, the point about this is you don't use those too much, you sail, but there's plenty of power there when you need it. Just to get you home if you want to, or if you're manoeuvring or going up a river with a fast flowing current. Ideal. We didn't use that mat, which is also ideal. There we go. Let's pop that back. There, pretend that never happened. And I think I'm going to wander up, because I like the look of those seats right at the front. And we'll sign off. And I'll also show you that video I took by mistake, the time lapse. You'll be able to see how far around I got before I realised. Here we go. Awesome. So all that remains is to say thank you very much to Ancaster for organising that. They're the dealers in the UK, and I'll put a link to them in the description. And thank you, of course, to you guys for watching. If you're not subscribed, do me a favour, hit that little bell and hit the button. It really helps the channel, and it'll keep you posted of new videos uploading. And we'll look forward, as ever, to catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.